That is fantastic. Okay, so JVC 150, good grief. JVC 790. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to start out and we're going to look at, I think, this area right here.
That blurry area.
The blurry area, yes. Obviously, I took some time to. Hello? Hello?
Can't see you at all.
What's that? That's okay. You just need to hear me.
Okay, I hear you.
Hey, I don't think I like that. All right. So, white balance, A, B preset. What's that mean? Anyone? White balance, A, B preset. What's that mean? Moses.
It means whether the balance is set or not. Usually you want to use around the B or A switch, not preset.
Okay, so preset is a predetermined thing inside the camera, right?
Yeah.
A and B. So if I white balance on A and then I flick it to B, I'm good to go, right?
No.
No.
You messed up the church's money. You're gonna have to leave it on white balance again.
Right. I'm gonna have to re-white balance.
Yeah.
So A and B are basically memory slots.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if we're on A or B as long as we white balance. All right, gain. What's gain? Yeah, but what does it do for us?
I mean,
Light
the picture. How much light more light?
Artificial light.
Yeah,
Artificial light. It is artificial light. So it will grain up our picture. Exactly. So we want it to be on low, medium, or high.
Low.
Low would show up in our viewfinder as 0 dB. So we want it on low all the time. If we have it on medium and we're shooting outside, what do you think is going to happen?
Too much light. Crazy.
Crazy, too much light. Power, we kind of want that on to be able to shoot. And record, and these are the controls for the audio.
So in what cases would you use
Levels
medium
for
and
this.
If you were shooting in the library auditorium, and it's for
ambient lighting.
right, because when you're shooting, one of the things y'all got to remember is that when you're shooting news, you know, you're not going to be able to bring in a bunch of lights because you don't want to disrupt the story. You're just trying to record the story. So in those cases, you probably need to use gain. Okay, here you go. Here's a question. I'm going to turn this on. Read the question and then answer it. But don't say the answer. Christina Not So Bright is about to go shoot outside. It is a bright, sunny day. Based on what you can see about her camera in this picture, choose the right answer. Is it A, her video will be terribly overexposed, or B, her video will be perfect?
5 of 8 of us.
I click.
5. We need 2 more. David, did you click?
No, I ain't done
3
nothing.
more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
3 more.
Oh yeah, 3 more. Who hasn't voted?
Is it me? Make sure everybody.
Did you turn on your clicker? Is your clicker on?
You have to turn it on?
Are you kidding me? Is yours on?
No, it's. Oh,
Oh, wait.
Go 6.
Okay, 6,
Oh.
7.
8.
All right. Okay.
So what is preset
What's the correct answer?
on the white
Let
balance?
us see how you did. Woohoo! Everyone picked A. And what is the right question? A. And why is A?
Because.
What is it set up?
Because they gained
The
it.
light adding at 5,600 degrees Kelvin.
Yes. So you have she has. It doesn't matter what the light temperature is, but she's outside. It's bright and sunny. She doesn't need gain on. So Christina Not So Bright is not so bright.
Would you use it for a traditional interview with medium or high?
Sorry, what?
Would you use it for just a regular interview, medium or high, if you were inside?
That was good time.
It only if you looked at your video and it was low, you know, it was not bright, then yeah. If you don't have the ability, obviously, when your video is too dark, first thing, if you have the option, add light. Second thing, make sure your iris is where it needs to be. And I shot one time inside, and it took forever to do the lighting. I added light, the iris was right, but the video still looked horribly dark. It was because I had the neutral density filter on. So.
And what is preset for white balance when do you?
Preset, you just don't use it.
It just can't be perfect, you know. Sorry.
Okay, now we're going to go to this area. And warning, this may be new information for you.
Love new information.
I know, don't we all? Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is what all these buttons do, which I'm sure you all know what they do, so I'm just going to go quick through them. Monitor is your audio. So this tells you how loud it's going to be in the headphones. This is for your viewfinder, peaking and brightness. Don't touch that unless you want to be killed by Jim. No, he won't really kill you.
Which one?
These two.
Okay, I'm gonna touch
Okay. So user 1, does anybody know what's inside user 1? If you hit it, what do you get?
Well, not user
It's like
two.
it's a movie.
It's bars.
Bars, yeah.
Yep.
Bars.
Yeah. So if you want bars,
Really?
so Jim went ahead and just turned that user 1 button into a bars button. So if you want to lay down bars on your
You talking about
SD,
so those weren't originally
yeah, like bars to check your video
so
level.
those weren't originally made just for
And that
different
is for
people.
your
Well, yes, that's what they were originally.
That is
but-
for your audio also, right?
No, it won't give you tone. That camera
Oh,
can't generate tone. I don't
y'all,
think.
David.
I don't think. I guess I could be wrong, but I don't believe
Oh
that.
man, I'm getting this confused.
And the monitors.
Don't be getting you confused.
You saying you don't know?
Well, you can check it and see, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't give you bars. Okay, and so the monitor is volume for your headphones. And focus assist. Does anybody know what focus assist is?
Shows you where the focus
stays
is. Like, it turns the script, the
Yeah.
screen gray, and
I know, but he
gives you a blue tint.
put it-
Yes, so people like me who wear glasses, sometimes it's difficult because you know HD, that focus is really, really touchy. So if you turn on focus assist, your viewfinder will go black and white. Right now it's set to be blue. But any sharp lines as you run the focus are going to turn the color that it's set. So it's going to show you any sharp lines. Yes, sir.
Max and minimum focus.
What the hell?
Yeah, what is?
I have no idea.
Is that gonna be on the camera?
No.
Okay.
I think that's for that's a setting that you can use if you're using full auto. We're not using full auto in these cameras. So that just shows you that if you have focus assist on and it's out of focus, obviously you're not going to see any colors. You're only going to see the color. And like I said, ours is set for blue, not
And
red.
that is where the
Feel to look
shining
like
parts of the.
No, this shows you when you're in sharp focus. So when you see the most color, that means you're in sharp focus. It's just a really good
shot.
Cool.
tool, yeah, especially for
It's
those
like
of us who
great if
wear
there's, like, a lot of
glasses.
light, 'cause it's hard to tell if someone's like if the sun's beating down.
Yeah. And real quick, AE. Anybody know what AE stands for?
Auto exposure.
Yep, you're right. Auto exposure. So the auto exposure level, and this has happened to the JVC 150 and the 790 more times than not. If you just happen to bump this, you're going to change your auto exposure level. Now, it doesn't really concern us because most of the time, most of the time I'm not using auto iris in these. I'm using manual iris. But if you're using auto iris and someone bumps the auto exposure level, it will bump it down up to 3 f-stops or up 3 f-stops. So basically what it says is, Iris, when you look at this scene, I want you to see what it should be set at and then reduce it by 3 f-stops. Or when you look at this scene, I want you to set it what it should be at and then increase it by 3 f-stops. So if you're shooting with auto iris because you just don't feel confident enough with the manual iris and you see that stuff seems overexposed or underexposed, check. It could be your auto exposure level is screwed up. Okay, there's your next question. Michael wants to lay down some bars before he begins to shoot. What button does he push to display bars? And I haven't turned this on yet.
Oh.
Now you can answer. Whoa.
I jumped from 0 to 5.
Oh, turn it upside down.
7,
Hey, big bass.
7, 8. Woohoo!
Dancing.
That's somebody but
No, you guys are smarter than that. So of course it's B. You would have had to have been sleeping if you didn't get that right.
So when do you use C?
C has not been programmed to anything. So
We didn't talk about bars last semester, did we?
we didn't. That's what I said. Warning, this is new information.
Yeah, we
What
did
is
put it
hold
on
it
that list.
reset?
Oh, then let's figure.
Oh well, we talked about what bars is used for, but we didn't
Put
talk
it
about
on,
where
like,
you could
the
get it.
monitor with the,
Yeah.
like it, on the,
Yeah. We talked about the pluge and stuff, but we didn't talk about how to bring it up.
What's
Oh,
hold,
I didn't.
Carolyn?
What?
What is hold underneath user one?
It's just it's an internal menu function which you don't need to worry about. Yeah, poor Dylan. His hair's getting really high because he's freaking out.
Four people. Four. I think that's right. Sitting this close to that thing probably can't be good for you. Because my kidneys hurt.
What thing? This thing?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Right point there.
8! Woohoo!
Half of us got it wrong.
You think?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wow.
D and E. So
50-50 too.
this, if you put see the shutter, it's got two arrows here. You can only see one of the arrows, but see how this has arrows this way? So just adjust the auto exposure level. It's this and this. So it's left and right. And if you want to adjust the shutter, it's top and bottom.
That's technicality. You see that.
So
Okay.
which one is it, D or E?
It's E.
E-I-E-I-O.
Okay, now I think it might be the next question that may be I just want to see if y'all know the answer, because I don't think we talked about this. Yes. So let's just see if you know the answer. Oh, I haven't started it yet. What?
You should set his shutter speed to.
You gotta be A or B.
That's correct. It's either A or B. You got a 50-50 shot
I
here.
got it right.
Trial by error. That's the best way.
I got it right.
You got it right? Okay.
I don't know.
Man, got it wrong. I don't know.
It's gonna be split. 50-50.
That was funny. That one was split even.
Two more.
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, what's the answer?
What is the answer? The answer is 1/1000th. Wow, good job. So,
Over this time.
so y'all understand shutter speed?
Kind of.
Well, 5 out of 8 of us do.
Yeah, because I heard someone say they guessed.
Who said that?
Someone over in this corner.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it has to do with the f-stops, the higher the number. I don't know if that's right or not.
So the shutter. Do y'all know what a shutter is in a still camera? The shutter is how long it exposes your imaging device. Right, exactly. So a shutter in a camera is basically doing the same thing, except it's exposing it over 1 second.
Would that be your
So
f-
if your shutter is at 1/30th, it's opening its shutter 30 times during 1 second.
so,
If it's 1/1000th, it's opening its shutter 1,000 times over 1 second. Yes, sir.
this might be a little bit off topic, but do you know how fast a Phantom camera shutter rate is?
I have no
I
idea.
mean, I don't know, I was just wondering if you knew.
Oh.
Because they do like incredibly,
Really
Slow,
slow-mo stuff. So whenever you're slow-moing something, because you're taking what might have been 30 frames and stretching it over, let's say, 4 seconds, the more times the shutter opens up, the more detail you're going to get. So if he would have used 1/30th, he would have gotten this like blurry kind of situation, where if you use 1/1000th, you're actually going to be able to see the individual water droplets. And you can use, the blurry thing you can use for effect as well. If you're shooting a waterfall and you want that, when it's hitting the bottom, you want it to kind of look almost like fog or mist, then you want to shoot at a slower shutter speed. And it also affects light. If you're shooting at a faster shutter speed, you think you're going to get more light in the camera or less light? It's doing this,
More.
What? I'm just curious.
less,
Less.
because It's exposing that imaging device for less amounts of time.
What speed would they use? You know, when you see pictures of like the interstate where the brake lights are just all.
Yeah, it would be a
soft,
really slow
you know
shutter
what I mean?
speed.
It's
Yep.
all run
Yeah,
together.
yeah, because you want to expose that for a really long time so
What-
that it
what would that be?
smears.
You know?
Well, I mean that usually you're using a still camera,
Yeah.
so you're looking at what about 1/15th maybe. Sometimes you can get into 2 and 3 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, so, and they're using a tripod because obviously if you're going to use a slow shutter speed, you've got to use a tripod because it'll be really smeared.
Your aperture then, the speed?
Nope, this is a totally different. I'm throwing one more thing in to worry about, Brittany, and that's your shutter speed.
I think what threw me off is I looked at that one thing in after the syllabus yesterday, we talked about f-stops, and it mentioned aperture and speed when it showed the 1 divided by the, or, you know, like it would say f/3.5, let's say.
Yeah.
I think that's what threw me off, making me think it was aperture. I don't know how to.
Well, I mean, this does affect light, though. You know, 1/1000th
Yeah.
is going to let in less light than 1/30th. So if you're in a really low lighting situation and you change your shutter speed to be high, it's going to make it even darker. If you're in a really low lighting situation and you change your shutter speed to be a little bit lower, then it's going to make it a little bit brighter. Now, this is incremental when it comes to lighting with the shutter speed. Yes?
What's the range on the 790?
Well, it varies from what frame rate you're shooting in. So if you're shooting in 24 frames per second, then you can bring your shutter speed all the way down to 24. But if you're shooting in 60 frames a second, you can only bring your shutter speed down to 60. And I don't remember, I think it goes up to 1,000, but again, I believe that changes within the frame rate as well. Whoop. All right, one more here. It's all about Brittany.
Oh, A and Y.
Don't say it! A
No,
and
it's
Y.
not mean. I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm saying my name.
Oh.
I'm not saying the answer.
Oh, what is it? Brittney.
N-E-Y.
Well, then this isn't about you. This is about a different Brittany that I had several years ago.
Oh, that's rhetorical.
Oh no, everyone can see what people are choosing.
I noticed that as soon as I
Oh
clicked.
no.
I was the first one to click.
Thank you, Chuck. Make sure you hit me. Everybody.
Shut up.
We've done seen the answer. We should take our test like this.
That sounds like a good plan. One more. One more.
How's it going?
One more person. One more. Let's see how everyone did. Oh, one person picked A. It is indeed B. Poor Brittany, a different Brittany, forgot to put her neutral density filter on. This is, of course, a different Ryan.
I already was afraid how much time behind. Where's Brian Hamrick at?
He didn't take this class for some reason. I scared him, apparently.
Is this all of us? There's only 8 of us?
Mr. Wisnet is not here, but he's apparently baking poppy seed rolls at Fats, so
Yep.
that's good to know. One more. One more.
Hello?
Thank you.
I haven't been seeing 9:30 all summer.
All right, let's see.
Oh.
D is correct.
right.
The status is what you need to click to be able to see information, and you can toggle through that. It'll change your display. All right, now we're going to go to inside the viewfinder, right above there. This is really easy, right? Display also affects your display. So the status and the display together work to give you information. Camera media, does anybody know what that button does? It allows you to either have the camera in camera mode, so when you're shooting, it's in camera mode. If you want to look at what you just shot or be able to toggle through your clips, you click that and now you can see your SD card and be able to play through your media. Full auto, we don't need to use that. And monitor select, channel 1, channel 2, both. What does that mean? What's the monitor again?
Audio.
Audio, yeah, what you're hearing. So if I want to just hear channel 1,
Put it on channel
if I want to hear both,
1.
channel 2? I have a feeling that you guys are going to do really good on this one. Oh, he hears. Oh, yeah, he's here, but he hears. It is.
I hope everybody gets this one right.
It'll make me sad if they don't. We'll have to go further into lab time to review this.
I hope everybody can do it.
I hit B.
There's always one person. Is it you?
No, I already voted. I would use
Oh, there it is.
Man, stereotypes.
That's right,
Which
buddy.
one was it?
All right, hooray! I don't believe that requires any more explanation. All right, front of the camera, tally light.
It's that little white thing right
Top
there.
on top.
Yep.
Let you know that it is hot.
Yeah, and the tally light switch to turn on or off the tally light is on the back of the camera. So if you ever want it off because you're shooting, if you're shooting into like you got someone in front of a display case or something.
Yeah, you don't want that light.
Yeah, a lot of times you might need to turn that off. So it's on the back of the camera.
I think it's always like that.
All right, that's where your AWB stands for.
Auto
Your
white balance.
auto white balance. Zebra is used to,
Referee.
See where 100% white is?
yes, and Jim has changed that. So it used to be, it would only show you where 100% white was. So if it was 110, it wouldn't show you that. He's gone into the internal menus. So it's 100 and brighter that we're going to see zebras, which is, that to me is a better way to do it, and that's the way old cameras used to be set up. Skin area and spot meter. Spot meter, internally, you can change your iris, well, not your iris, but your meter that does your auto exposure. It can either be looking at the whole picture, the whole scene, which is why when you've got a white person in front of a black background, your iris, your auto iris will iris way down. Spot meter allows you to just pick one certain area of the screen to meter and let it set your iris based on that one certain area. And then this is the other side of the camera. That's where you put your SD cards in. You all know that though.
And skin area does what?
It actually shows you
Where the skin
flesh
is.
tone. Apparently they used to do that way back when and no one's taken it off. It was a big thing that JVC did. So that you could, it had something to do with backgrounds and, contrasting and, of course, this is the, sorry, it's a terrible picture, but this is the audio controls. It's that above that it says channel 2 input, and right now it's clicked to have input 2 on channel 2 input. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Channel 2
Audio.
input is set to have input 2 on it, which means that whatever I have plugged into input 2 is going to end up on channel 2. If I have that clicked to input 1, that means whatever I have on input 1 is going to end up on input 1 and input 2. And this is the way we get stereo. This is the way that we get it in both channels. If not, you have to go in and fill that channel when you're editing. So it's good to understand that.
Now, being that it's in the input 2 position on the left, does it matter where input 1 is on the right?
Well, input 1 will always be on input 1. You can't change that. Input 1 is always going to be in input 1. And then line mic and mic plus 48. Line, when will we use line?
If we're gonna run through a board.
Board, yeah. And when will we use mic plus 48?
We need like phantom power.
Right. So something like this needs phantom power because we don't change the. All right, this is a hard one. Got a 50-50 chance.
Let's go at 8.5. Can we do that?
I do B negative.
B negative, A sharp, B flat. Same thing.
All right. Well, that makes me a little sad. Do you guys really not understand this?
What's the answer?
The answer is, so he has someone on channel 1 and he wants that person to also be on channel 2. So you want the channel 2 input to be on? No, you want the channel 2 input to take what's on input 1.
Hey, and what with where?
Yes.
There's one of them.
Oh, so I got that right.
You got that right.
I did, seriously, I just said.
Yeah, I did now.
Okay, all right. So the
your
3
answer's
people,
A.
Hey,
yeah, so the 3 people were just screwing around, I guess, right? They knew it, they just didn't want to say it. All right, this is the last thing, and this is, again, I'm not even going to explain this. I just want to see who knows this. This will tell me who has taken TV systems.
Yeah, we haven't taken.
well,
I can.
Because we're going to get a little bit into file formats, compression, and y'all need to understand this a little bit.
That's the right answer right there.
Gotta go with the blue letters.
The blue letters.
Is that what your teacher taught you?
No,
Whenever.
that's what people in the hood taught me.
Oh, people in the hood
Always go
always go with
with the blue
the blue letter.
Yes.
Charles was saying earlier, you don't
There's a
have
pink truck in a
I
parking
think
lot, Charles. There is a pink truck in a parking lot.
Ooh, everything was split. So,
What's the answer?
D, really? What is wrong with you? That had to have been Chuck. I'm sure that was.
Oh, C.
So the correct answer is C.
Oh, I got that right.
So primary colors in television are what?
Red, blue.
Yes, red, blue, and green. So here's the thing. Green also always carries the luminance channel. That's important because when we get into compression and you see something that says 422, you're going to understand why that's better than 421, or you always, if you're gonna choose to sample one of those colors more than any of the others, you always want to sample the one that has the luminance on it, because you're getting basically 2 pieces of information for one. All right, I think that might be the end. Oh, no. What's the answer to this one?